Hi everyone, it's Lindsay and welcome back to Rented Space. Please excuse the washing behind me. It's the weekend and I have clothes to wash. I just thought I'd do a quick video to finish up with the Mr. Stacky pots. I have since actually seeded them up and mulched them. So there is about 2 to 3 mils of mulch on all of them, and some of them up to the 4 or 5 mil mark, just depending on how much I'd filled up with the potting mix. Still learning how to use these, so it is a little bit of trial and error, but you know, that's okay. That's how we all learn, isn't it? And that's why I'm doing these videos, to try and help other people learn with me. Now, just letting you know that these are a new investment for me, and I have had to do them over a couple of months because they're expensive and I have a family and we are renting, so you know, money doesn't grow on trees, even though our food does. So I just wanted to show you a few other things that I have used in my garden as ways of pots, just so you know that, you know, it's not just these well, I guess new fancy pots. So this is an old wheelbarrow. Now I actually have a few wheelbarrows going. This is the one out the back, and I do have 2 out the front. One is an aloe vera wheelbarrow, and we use that in making things for so like, you know, if we get sunburn, we use the aloe vera for. We also use it, my daughter makes her own hair treatment, and she uses aloe vera in that, along with some coffee and other items from the kitchen. We also do a facial scrub, so sugar, aloe vera, and a green tea mix. But just so you know, there are a few other things, and it just means that you don't just have to grow fruit and veg, you can grow other things in your pots as well. So like I said, 3 wheelbarrows. One is purely aloe vera, one is, I've got lemongrass in this one, and a tomato plant at the moment. I did have basil, but my chicken laid them and killed them, but that's okay. The lemon balm's going pretty well, and actually the chicken doesn't seem to like it, so she stayed out a little bit now, which you will see some of my other plants have not done so well. So I've also filled a couple of these little pots. Don't know if you can see very well, but this one is, and again the chicken was laying on this before, so she doesn't look so good, but that's some chives, and I do pick and cut them out. I have a bean that I've planted in here. I've got some more shallots that I've planted in here just today. I did the jalapeno chilies in that one, and I have some more basil in here. There is an avocado seed and some sage seed, which will come along eventually. Now in my Mr. Stackies, like I said before, I've done mixed carrot and just regular orange carrots. I've done some one whole row of alpine strawberries. I've done an entire row of mini capsicums, an entire row of snow peas, the yakuma ones. I've also done, in the very bottom of this one, the first one, I've done tomato red Russians. The other ones I have the dwarf striped pepper stripe ones. I've got broccoli, an entire row of broccoli, entire row of the cherry tomatoes, and one of the prosperity. And I did show you this one before, which is the carrots, the mixed carrots. I've got some more spring onions in there. My son loves these spring onions. He puts it on just about everything. And I have some more seeds down here. Now I have some, I believe I put some beans, and I can't remember what else I put in there, but these are a couple of my tomato plants. These ones are coming up to near the end, but they're still providing fruit, as you can see. So lots of little ones. Now I'm doing my best to actually keep them away from the birds, so I bought some seeds the other day, which is a mix for your chickens, and I'm actually going to put them along the outside with some other tomato seeds, and hopefully I can get them to attack them and leave my ones alone, but we'll see. I don't know. This is some more tomatoes, and I've got a couple in here hiding, my little roamers. I've got my rosemary and some coriander in here. Now it did have some other stuff in here as well, but slowly I've just sort of picked it out. But my rosemary is finally coming along. I've got the fork there to keep the chicken out. My grow bags, which I have a video coming on, I've just got to edit that, and then that one will be out. But that's got rhubarb. I've got little red pumpkins in there. I have what did I put? I put Spanish onions and in there. Now I've got sweet Spanish onions. I've got the yellow and a white variety, half. And this other one, I have some more rhubarb. I have a friend who is going to be making some rhubarb champagne, so we are growing some rhubarb to get that going. I've got some plumbing pipe that was laying around the house when we first moved here that we were told we were allowed to use, so I have got mint in that. This is just a small one. Now there's rocks and stuff down the bottom to stop the soil coming out, and then I've just got my mint in there. The chicken does like to attack my mint, but that's okay. Now excuse the mess. I have a couple of strawberries here in some hanging pots, and I have a dead strawberry because I tried something and it didn't work, but I'm going to get a new hanging basket and I should be able to revive it. Strawberry plants are actually pretty hardy. So now I have down here another little mini grow bag, and I planted this one up yesterday, and that has some alpine strawberries in it as well. We'll see how they go. And I've already shown you my lettuces and my different types of lettuce in here. My oak leaf, bib lettuce. I have giant noble spinach in this one, and I've got some different kales down the bottom here. So my kale isn't doing so well. Now my tomato here, he was looking very good this morning until I came out and found my chicken laying on it. And then after I shooed the chicken away, I come back out later to put more steaks in, and I realised my cat was laying on, well, one of the 3 cats was laying on it. So I've given it a good water, and hopefully it survives. Now this is an old kid's toy bucket, and then actually down the bottom you can't see, but there's big cracks and holes in the bottom of it, so I've just filled that up with soil. I've put rocks and some sticks and things in the bottom of that. That way I'm not using as much soil because it is a huge pot. And what I've done is I've put sticks, a couple of logs, some bricks and rocks, and the rocks also help to give it a bit more drainage because it is a big pot. And even though it's got holes down the bottom, being a thick plastic, it doesn't always drain as well as it probably should. So that's that. And I've got some pumpkins in there. This is an old water jug, and it's got mint in it. Doesn't have to be pretty, it's just got to be functional. And so some other pots around. Now these ones here I've had, these actually I had bought the first year I was here, and I got ripper tomatoes, and then obviously with the drought that I had to stop using them just because water was not accessible. So I actually planted some cuttings from jade bushes I had to dig up a jade bush that was taking over the footpath and digging it all up. And excuse the mess behind me, it's pretty bad, but I'll get to that eventually. And then I have another couple of tomato bushes, lots of basil. Now this basil is getting ready to seed, and I've actually left that deliberately. I don't know if you can see very well, but it is getting close to seed. Oh, and I have a nice spider in there as well. See that lovely spider? So my aim is to try and get some of my own basil seeds this year. I'm sorry, I know it's probably a bit of a bad time to be thinking, but yep. So I have some other seeds in there. I've got some chilies growing, some capsicums in these as well, in those square pots. Yeah. And then I have a garden bed behind me, which is a bit of a mess, but I'm slowly trying to dig out a very noxious weed in there, and it is taking me forever to do, but it's getting there. So I just wanted you to know that it's not just brand new pots here. I do have older pots, and I do have other ways of growing my vegetables, and I have flowers as well. Another thing that I've already done it, and I've finished them all, but I just thought I'd show you. I'm resetting it now to do some more, but we have a grapevine that was actually poisoned by the owner when we first moved in, and this is the first year it's actually grown back. It has been attacked by the ants though, so it's looking pretty sad, but it is actually a grapevine. See, a lot of it's dead. It's not the healthiest looking, as you can see, but down here, before it actually grew back, I had peas in here in spring last year, and they actually did very, very well. And then when those peas took off, obviously I was feeding them and looking after them. I'd put down compost and organic matter. Well, all of a sudden the great bush vine has decided to leaf again for the first time in 4 years. So it's not the healthiest it's been, but at least there's actually some greenness to it. Now I left that anyway as a way for my peas and beans to grow up, so it's just a bit of as a trellis, it's just a bit of gate from fencing wire, but does the job. So it doesn't have to be pretty. Now at the moment I have got cardboard all down, so obviously because I have given it the soil, nutrients and everything, the grass is growing really well. So I'm trying to kill the grass off around it, and then I'll put some more compost and soil on top. And then I will, once it gets a bit cooler, I'm going to put beans back there and have beans through winter. So just a few different things that we do. It's not always, you know, expensive new pots. It's whatever you can and we'll get. All right, well, thank you and have a good one. Bye.